Signs he's a player with bad intentions. Welcome, I'm Coach Ken, and today, in today's video, we're going to talk about, people always say, they get emotionally enamored with someone. And, he's love bombing you. He's sending you all a good morning text saying, hey, love, I hope you're having a great day. Hey, beautiful this. Hey, beautiful that. And he's love bombing you at the beginning of the relationship. And then what do? He's telling you everything you want to hear. So you're like, wow, he's so great. At first you're cautious, but all of a sudden he continues on with the pressure, right? He's consistent with the pressure at first, and then you let your guard down. And then all of a sudden you realize after the sex gets involved, maybe you start giving him money, maybe you give him a place to stay, maybe you start picking up his kids, whatever it is, he gets what he wants, and all of a sudden the attention stops. They call it breadcrumbing, but I have another name for it. I call it he's minimum waging you. He's minimum waging you. And you might say, well, what is that, coach? That is when he does just enough to keep you on the hook. And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to give you 11 signs that he's a player with bad intentions. Now, each one of these signs by itself may not mean that he's a player. But you see 2 or 3 of them, run, Forrest, run! All right, so let me jump in. Let me give it, and because I really want my people to be cautious, but I don't want you to go into it thinking everybody's a player, because everybody's not. But I do want you to be conscious, and I want you to be cautious. I want you to guard yourself while you are collecting data on this dating process. Number one, he does not want to explore deeper conversations with you. You see, a player, somebody, he just wants everything to be surface. Hey, what you doing today? Hey, can you come over? Hey, pick me up something to eat. Nothing deeper about what he feels, what you feel. He's not trying to get to know your deepest fears, your deepest thoughts. He's not trying to get to know any of that. He simply wants to get you on a superficial level because going deep requires too much time, too much effort, too much mental and emotional bandwidth. And he's unwilling to give you that. So, and here's how you know. I want you to start asking deeper questions. For those of you who don't know, I teach how to ask subconscious questions. If you don't know, go get our ebook, Just Ask 50 Questions to Know If He's the One. And when you begin asking the deeper questions, how does he react? Does he want to go back to the surface? Does he avoid going deep at all costs? He's probably or more than likely a player. Number 2, he's too smooth, too confident, and too bold. And you might say, Coach, I like somebody's confident. But wait a minute. And also he's presumptuous. So watch this. This is what I mean. You go out with him the first time and he tries to kiss you on the first date, or he tries to get you back to his place on the first date. And what he's doing is, it means that he's used to doing that. Because if I like somebody, right, I'm going to be kind of cautious about how I do things, how I move, how I operate, because I don't want the other person to think negatively of me. But when I don't really care what you think, I can be bold. I can be extra smooth. I can be extra confident without fear of anything, without fear of reprisal, because I really don't give a shit. I'm just trying to get you in a place emotionally where I get what I want, y'all. And okay. But I don't want you to mistake it for a person that's confident, but I want you to think about, would you do what they're doing? Would you say what they're saying? Would you, if you're trying to get to know somebody, bring them back to your place, ask them to come back the first night? Now, I know sometimes we grown. We all grown. And I know sometimes we want to go back and, you might be attracted to the person. But y'all, there is a feeling that you get. Probably a player. Number 3, this is good right here. He says he's not ready for a relationship, but he insinuates that in the future, I'm ready. I'm sure I'm gonna be looking for somebody, and because you ask him, what are your intentions? Right now I'm not ready for a relationship, but I'm still looking, and I'm looking for Miss Right. I'm looking for the person. You know what? I think maybe I'm gonna be ready in a little bit. What they do is, and watch this. This is the manipulative tactic, is they tell you they're not ready, right? But what they do is they give you hope that if you keep doing, if you go over and above, if you give me enough sex, if you do enough for me, you can convince me that you're the one for me. Nope, that's not how it works, y'all. And so what that is a manipulative tactic that men players use. All right. He says he's not. So he lets you know, I'm really not ready for it right now. But you know what? When I find it, I'm open to finding that right person. I'm open. I just gotta keep seeing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep going with the flow. Let's see where it goes. Y'all know that right there? You ever heard that right there? Let's see where it goes. Let's just kick it. We don't need to put a label on it. Players. Number 4. All he talks about is sex. All roads lead to sex. Like, you know what? Oh, what you got on at night? What you got on? No, what color you got on? But he really want to ask you what color drawers you got on. What color panties do you have on? But then here's a classic way to lead into sex. And many of you have experienced this. Hey, why don't you send me a picture? Ever happened to you? First, it starts out with a picture of you just looking cute. Then he'll say, send me another picture. Send me one so I can see what you really look like. And then once you agree to it, the law of inertia comes. The law of inertia is enacted. And you say, what is the law of inertia? The law of inertia simply says an object in motion tends to stay in motion. So if I get you to agree to send me a picture of you, scantily clothed, and then finally a nude picture, what's next? Sex. And so once I get you at sex, that's where I wanted to get you. Y'all, I'm telling you, whenever his conversation leads to seduction, leads to flirting is okay. But if they all lead to sex, all roads lead to sex, probably a player. Number 5, this one is self-explanatory. You catch him looking at other women in front of you. Now, I get it. Y'all see nice men, and you might want to look, okay? You see a nice woman, you might want to look. Okay, I get it, a quick glance. But if you've caught him doing that more than once, that means that that's his nature. And that's what he does. And so I would be very careful. I'll give you an example. One of my clients, y'all, so she said she let the guy come over and she's got a picture in her house and she had her back turned, so she turned around, but she could see what the guy was doing in the picture. When she saw him, he was looking at other Instagram models, but he was zooming in on all their pictures and she saw it. But first time she saw it, okay, cool. But she saw it again another time. And then what she did was she said, I'm done. Because if you're willing to do that in my presence while you're with me, you're willing to do it when you're not with me a lot more. Okay? Number 6, he does not want to invest time in the relationship. I often say this, a man trades his time for the things that he values. If he's not trading his time for you, he does not value you on that level. I want to take it a step further. See, men understand inherently that to get something of value, I've got to invest something of value, right? And so when I tell my clients this, if he is unwilling to invest his time, his money, his resources, or his talents in you, he doesn't value you like that. Now, because a lot of men don't have a lot of money, okay? But he can come by and fix your roof. He can come by and fix that door. And y'all, that's just like investing money because he's investing his talents, all right? I know one of my clients, this guy who's really into her. What he did was he got her a job at a better job. And what did I say? He invested his resources. And so, y'all, all of these things have value. Don't discount just because the guy can't buy you a Rolex watch or a Tiffany bracelet that the guy's unwilling to, he's not willing to invest. No. So that's why I say time, money, resources, and talents. Number 7, player. Player. Oh, player. He guilts you into doing things that you wouldn't normally do. Now, I want y'all to think about this. Have you ever been with somebody, oh, you don't want to do that for me? He might want you to have anal sex. I'm just saying. Y'all, this is a grown folks channel, so I'm going to say it. But you ain't never did that, but you don't do that. But he going to guilt you into doing it. Well, I did this for you. Oh, you don't want to give me that part of you? Well, he'd be like, hell no, not that part of me. But I'm just saying, listen, y'all know Coach, I'm going to give it to you straight. But he guilts you into doing things, maybe something illegal. Let me carry your kids on my taxes. I'm just saying, y'all, well, you don't love me like that? And so you find yourself doing things that are contrary to your value system. And he's begin guilting you to do that, more than likely, he's a player. Ooh, I'm giving it to y'all today. Number 8, player. This right here. His phone is attached to his hand. His phone, everywhere he go. Hey man, you got to take a piss? Oh, let me get my phone. What the phone gonna be doing in there? You coming right back, right? And everything, when they get around you, what do? They turn the phone over. Now, some of y'all do the same thing. Some of y'all are players too. Some of y'all, what you do, when you're in the room, you turn the phone over, okay? When you get a call, what do? You watch it. You turn it away from the other person. Now, I'm not saying, listen, I'm saying if your phone is attached to your hand, then more than likely you hiding something. I'm not saying they got to see everything, but because it's attached to your hand, you hiding something, more than likely you're a player because other people of the opposite sex are reaching out to you. Number 9, and this is a small one, but doesn't remember anything you say. You know why? Because he ain't concerned about what you're saying. He's just trying to get his in so that you can remember what he says. I need you to do this. But he don't remember when you said this about your mother, you wanted to give her a gift or you wanted to do that because that stuff wasn't important to him. All right? I'm just saying. Number 10, you know what a player wants to do? A player don't want to meet your friends. A player ain't concerned about meeting your family. A player is concerned about, because everything he need to do, he do with you. When a person's not really concerned about meeting your friends, not meeting your family, that means that they don't want to take the relationship outside the confines of you and him. All right? Probably a player. And last, but definitely not least, is this. They don't want to take you out on a date. Well, how do you know as a player? Because he don't want to be seen in public with you. This is what I always tell my clients. I say, he might want to Netflix and chill. But I say, hey, listen, I would love to come over. And this is what I tell him to say. I would love to come over and us hang out. But I really want us to go out. I want us to go out and explore other things other than at your place or my place because I want to really get to know you. All right? I want to have fun. I want to do those things. And if he's averse to doing those things, more than likely, player. Just want to, I just want to keep you in this environment that we can do everything we can do. All right, y'all. 11 signs that he's a player. Now, look, y'all, just because you see one of the signs, maybe even 2, but if you see more than 3, it's a damn trend. Then he is a player. Listen, if you like this content, subscribe to my channel, all right? And look, click the notification bell. And so you can receive more stuff, more content, just like this. See y'all on the next one.